All right. For instance, me, for instance. So we get a little far back so I could glisten. My position, but I like that light. I like the light, like that light. So ho. I got some stuff. This little guy. I'm doing some stuff. It's like I'm having Christmas. It's not Christmas. It's just cool. Man. I'm all right. I got some sardines. Got some credit card. A credit card. Um, some other stuff. All right. I'm gonna do it over. I'm the only one I know who has one of these things. They're called New Jersey EBT cards. They call them like SNAP benefits. These are called families first. I don't see anything on it that says SNAP benefits. It says, hold up. It says families first. So it's mine. And this my secondary insurance card. It accompanies my Medicare, health insurance, America. This I had, it says since 2010. The corona happened, the corona 2019. From 2019 to 2021, I didn't have that I can use food stamps. Family first, meaning that I couldn't use any of them. What happened was that the corona came in, it turned to COVID, self-quarantining, and social services was shut down. So I went to a corner store in the neighborhood that I lived in for almost 20 years, in the East Quadrant in Trenton, New Jersey, a little past East Trenton, going towards Chambersburg, in a place reliant upon what they call Wilbur section, but not exactly Wilbur section. Wilbur section, is more of a sediment to Nottingham, and is more Wilbur section is more of a state of Greenwood Avenue. Um, where I lived, it's a product of Chambers Street. It's a product of Chambers Street, and it's not really an appendage that's communicated or that's or that's or that's or that's or that's communicated or or translated by way of Greenwood Avenue. So it really, as Chambers Street goes, it's that my neighborhood is a vehicle to motivate South Trenton and to culminate Hamilton, New Jersey. But for 4 years, I was not able to use this. because social services was closed down. So I didn't get any provisions from Family First. Here now, I've been getting, kind of targeted and kind of picked on. It's like, AARP sending me, paperwork talking about extra help. Medicare has some type thing talking about extra help. I see documentation advocating extra help. And Mercer County, where I live here, I saw documentation that is quite specific that included me in on information that there are powers that be in Mercer County that have created a credit card that they're using on me for my behalf that I have never signed up for, I never received, I never have seen. I only know how these credit cards work. I'm going to try to take a couple bites of this pecan pie. All right, it's good. The red pecan pie. So, pecan pie, hazelnut coffee, and sardines. So, what's happening is I had got wind of a $20,000 transaction being communicated when I was checking on my iPhone. It it was a parlay. It was $6,000 and it was $12,000, and it was going back and forth. Now I don't have $6,000 or $12,000 going back and forth to my bank account, so it raised eyebrows. I located paperwork that had um that there's $7,000 that has to be paid back towards a debt that's been incurred in the drugstore Pantheon, meaning that it wasn't for food, it wasn't for for bleach or or dishwasher fluid, at the supermarket. It wasn't for collard greens, things like that. It was for me. And then after this disclosure, after I find this, I get phone calls asking me, oh man, do you want extra help? It's a new Medicare program. It's not exactly as it was that I was communicating. You mind if I put these sardines? They smell real fishy, but they're good. These sardines. my my sardines. All right. Getting them out here. Sardines and mustard, they aren't bad. Hold up. Hold up. Sardines turning into potato salad. So anyway, this extra help targets senior citizens, and that's pretty much it. I'm not a senior citizen. So what happens is my food stamps just got back into effect. Since it was that I haven't used my food stamps because social services was closed the entire COVID pandemic, they're they're bootlegging my food stamps. There is that I spent a certain amount of money on food based on my food stamp benefits. I don't get any money allocated from social services, being that I receive social security payments that disqualify me from certain services that are provided inside of that which it is that culminates to social services and Medicaid. But when I spent my last $1,000 on the food that I bought with my food stamp card, there was an increased debt with regards to a report that I'm included in, that I was told that I had spent $1,000 on an extra help um, um, Aetna credit card that Aetna gave me to buy things at the drugstore that didn't include my medication. Like floss for your teeth, you could buy that. When the agents on the telephone said, "Do you want extra help? Do you want to get involved in this program?" The incentive for extra help was that we, Aetna, we're going to give you a credit card for $5,000, and you can spend that in any drugstore you want to. I went to a Walgreens drugstore when I lived at home, and I spent almost $200 on cookies and candy and stuff that I brought home so that me and my family could eat cookies and candy and stuff. And my shopping has been monitored by the local government, and this had that they were capable of committing a crime, fabricating a credit card that they used to follow my purchases and advocate and make my purchases a rendition of what it is that they collect on the credit card that they endorse for Medicare to pay, or for a company to pay. So I see, so they say we spent $9,000 on you, Michael, and you know you're already using extra help, when in reality I had spent $1,000 of food stamps on my food. I did. And you don't have to pay food stamps back. What they're saying is, we paid for the food. You didn't use your food stamps, and you have to pay us back. And all I had, my debit card, I had this, and I'm going to research extra help so I can break it down to you, because this extra help, as it is that it occurs in Mercer County, it's crossing lines when it comes to HIPAA law violations, when it comes to fraud. There was a quarterback who played for the Green Bay Packers. He promoted something to a, 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 a government official that worked inside of the leadership of a governor, local politics. And that actual politician was led to allocate monies toward a promoted priority linked to this Green Bay Packers quarterback. And there he exhausted local government funds that wasn't able. It was like he used social services. He used he gave this quarterback, $30 million of social services money that was supposed to be used on the people who needed, to eat, and needed food, and needed services in his government, and he squandered that money. Here in Mercer County, they're doing worse than that. It's fraud. I was in possession of credit cards temporarily before. There's one time I was at the mall. I had my mom's credit card. I was at Quaker Bridge Mall. So I started doing stuff like real weird, because I wanted to be real nice to my mom. So I start buying like makeup and stuff with my mom's credit card. Then I get home and I give my mom this lotion, this makeup, this soap that all costs about $500. And that's kind of what it is that this extra help, or what it is that these HMOs or this Medicare, ARP, United Healthcare is trying to do. They're showing up and they're saying, like, we got you this, but they're saying they got it from me with my credit card or something like that. And if I use my credit card, I wouldn't use it inside of a drugstore. I would use my Family First inside of a drugstore, so that I could buy food like Flintstone cereal and things of that nature. That's an extra help. So it's like I said, when I opened up the last investigation, when I reached out to Medicare and stated what I stated, I have, Medicare health insurance. Okay. And I have a secondary health insurance that accompanies that, which to me represents the copay that I don't pay at my doctor's office. And it also represents the dental visit, the visit for my oral health, my dental. That's what my secondary HMO has. So I have Medicare health care. That's a primary precedential, principality of a principal statement in my wallet. And the extra help really is the secondary HMO that carries a priority and allocates and evidently swings around. I have a agent I talk to. Her name is Selma. She works for AAR. She works for Aetna. She said that what we do. She said she stated. I told her my doctors, my health. She said we swing around and we cover the copay for that anyway. And she stated receipts and things like that, so I'm covered. But this credit card that's being used is being picked up, and I picked up on it. It's a $20,000 credit card that's been fabricated in Mercer County and has been applied to state issue against my current financial stability, maybe even my fixed income status, to render against my investments, my investment power, and to belittle the criteria that breaks on the benefit of what it is I do, having a good credit rating. Times what I could do is I could go through my junk mail and I could see something from Bank of America. As it is, I had Bank of America says, Mike, we got a credit card for you to get. We want you to have it. So I get on the phone, get on my smartphone, my smart iPhone. I call them up. I said, listen, man, I need this credit card. They said you got a $300 limit. I said, that's all I want. 2 to 3 weeks, I get a credit card. And I spend $200. Then after that, the other $100, well, they're like, you spent $300. I don't do that. So that's not smart. And also, what's smart is that this extra help is something that it's been plaguing me. Actually, this extra help, um, uh, extra help harassment to me, the homeowner, it has made me alter my actual health care plan and motivate to a new radical position that I hold, that altercated the entire vestibule of my health plan, of my health environment, my healthcare diary. And it's radical. I present it to you, but I gotta pay like a $40 premium for my prescription drug plan. I started paying that already. So you pay premiums. So they say we're gonna. What do you want to help me with when your extra help is something you advertise to people that don't have your service yet? They want to help me. They want to help me when I'm paying a premium. That's understood, and that's arranged by Medicare itself. I have Medicare Part A and Part B. I spoke to many a beautiful women all over America, and they said, "What you do, Mike? You're federally protected. You sign things. You got to obligate yourself and not imitate yourself, but you got to have paperwork motivated that can't be capitalized on by local or local government means. So it can't be counterfeited, and it's a federal crime to motivate with this extra help scam that's going on. But some people, they're not like Giuliani, they're not like Donald Trump, who are being prepared for what happens when Donald Trump is the president. He won't be the president. The FBI going to be the president. The FBI are actually standing in and leading in Israel their financial allocation and defining what it is that their Fort Knox, renders, that their Fort Dix, that their bank renders. The FBI is doing the books in Israel. The FBI is creating your Manchurian candidate. So if Donald Trump has enough of these Americans stupid enough to vote for him again, they're voting for something that they don't understand. That's more disgusting than the wild beast is described with the mark of 666 in Revelations. And there's other beasts in the Bible that are not the wild beasts that accompany the wild beasts in Jehovah's book, and they're also beasts. Though Donald Trump won't be the president, the FBI they're creating a voodoo doll out of Donald Trump. What the fuck is Donald Trump going to be able to do when he has 95 indictments? Donald Trump has been indicted 95 times. 85% of the time, when Donald Trump was the president the first time, he wasn't even able to be in office doing anything. He was in court. So what happens is, a fundamental thing about me knowing about, there's somebody named Gary Hoover, what's his name? Hoover, the building Hoover, the FBI founder Hoover. All right, and the FBI not playing with you. Are not going to let you get to vote for a president. You're voting for an amount of indictments that are still going to be real, even if he is president. So Donald Trump is being groomed, and he's being appropriated, and he's being treated with negativity. He's being treated with hatred from the government, just in case people in the public are dumb enough to vote for him. So when he gets there, you're not going to know what you know. Donald Trump isn't a savant. He's just not speaking to the people. So who do you think is going to talk to you if he wins the election? He's losing. He lost. This extra help is a state rendered to be an object that captivates my attention, and I'm going to motivate that which comes of what it is I find about research that, comes to me more important than my night's ribs. And I'll render that tomorrow and state what I have to state with regards to what it is I need. If I had a $20,000 credit card, I would use it. But the one that's being used is not insulting my intelligence. It's being the vehicle indicated and Auschwitzized to persecute me as a Christian, as a living remark and a remnant located that replaces Israel as a Jehovah's Witness. And it's only a few of the different types of tools that they would use to torture me. Michael the Innocent,